She confessed to her best friend. I've been putting things in his food when he annoys me during dinner at my place. I was coming back from the bathroom and heard everything. I calmly finished eating, then drove straight to the hospital for blood tests. The police arrested her based on the lab results. I, 29 male, need to get this off my chest because I still can't believe this actually happened. 3 weeks ago, I discovered my girlfriend of 4 years has been poisoning me. Not in a dramatic movie villain way, in a quiet, calculated way that makes my skin crawl when I think about it. We'd been living together for 2 years. Madison was perfect, I thought. Beautiful, smart, worked as a medical device sales rep. Great cook, always insisted on making dinner. Red flag I missed, apparently. The dinner that changed everything was supposed to be casual. Madison invited her best friend Jenna over. I was making drinks in the kitchen when nature called. Our bathroom is right off the dining room. Thin walls. I could hear everything. "You're still doing it?" Jenna's voice hushed but clear. Madison laughed, actually laughed. "Only when he pisses me off, which is, often." "What are you even putting in there?" "Depends on my mood. Sometimes just laxatives from the drugstore. Sometimes I crush up my Ambien. Once I used some of my mom's beta blockers when he forgot our anniversary." My hand froze on the bathroom doorknob. "Jesus, Mads, that's... What?" "It's not like I'm trying to kill him. Just train him, like a dog. Negative reinforcement." "Does it work?" "He's gotten way more attentive. Hasn't forgotten a date in months. Plus, when he's feeling sick, he stays home more. Win-win." I stood there, processing. The random stomach issues. The dizzy spells. The time I passed out after we argued about her ex texting her. The ER visit they couldn't explain. I walked back out, calm as I could manage. Sat down, ate around my food, pushing it around the plate, smiled, laughed at their jokes. Madison kept touching my arm, asking if I was okay. "You look pale, babe." "Just tired." After Jenna left, I helped clean up. Kissed Madison goodnight. Waited until she was asleep. Then I drove myself to the ER. "I need a toxicology screen," I told them. "I have reason to believe I've been poisoned." The triage nurse's expression changed when I explained. They took it seriously after that. Drew blood immediately since some substances metabolize quickly. Collected urine. The doctor said hair testing would need to be done by a specialized lab if we found anything. While waiting for initial results, I called my brother. He's a lawyer. Told him everything. "Do not go home," he said. "Get a hotel, now." The blood test results came back showing positive for zolpidem, Ambien. Enough to cause impairment, but not overdose levels. The ER doctor looked concerned. "This is consistent with recent ingestion, within the last 12 to 24 hours. What about long-term exposure to other things? We'd need more comprehensive testing, hair analysis, repeated blood draws. But this is enough to file a report." I filed a police report at 3 a.m. Gave them everything I could remember about the conversation. The detective on duty, a tired-looking woman named Chen, took it more seriously than I expected. "Poisoning cases are rare, but they're felonies. We'll need evidence. Can you record if she admits to it?" "Is that legal?" "In this state, yes. One-party consent, but we'll need more than just a recording." I went back to the apartment the next day while Madison was at work. Set up my phone to record, then called her. "Hey babe, I'm not feeling great again. Like that time after our anniversary fight. Did you put something in my food last night?" Long pause. "Why would you ask that?" Jenna seemed weird when she left. Said something about being careful with dinner. What did she mean? Madison laughed nervously. "You're being paranoid. Maybe you have a sensitive stomach." "Maybe. Hey, where do you keep the Pepto? Usual spot?" "Medicine cabinet, left side. Feel better, babe." I found more than Pepto. Hidden behind her tampons were prescription bottles, some hers, some with her mother's name. Empty gel capsules, powder residue. I photographed everything, then left it exactly as I found it. The detective had me do a controlled buy at a pharmacy for gel capsules, then had the residue from Madison's stash tested. Positive for multiple substances. They got a warrant based on that and my ER results. Madison was arrested at her office 3 days later. Her coworkers watched them walk her out in handcuffs. She called me from jail, sobbing. "This is insane. I never poisoned you. Maybe you're allergic to something." I hung up. Her parents hired a good lawyer. Tried to get the charges reduced. Claimed it was a mental health issue. A cry for help. The DA had the evidence tested more thoroughly. The empty capsules had her fingerprints and DNA from saliva. Hard to explain away. Update 1. It's been 2 weeks since the arrest. I thought the hard part was over. I was wrong. Madison made bail. Her parents put up $50,000. The conditions included no contact with me and surrendering her passport, but that hasn't stopped her from trying. Flowers at my hotel. Emails to my work address. Messages through mutual friends. She just wants to explain. You're overreacting. Couples go through rough patches. Rough patches, right? I went back to the apartment with my brother and a police escort to get my stuff. Madison had been there despite the restraining order. My gaming setup was destroyed. Monitors smashed, PS5 in pieces. Every piece of clothing I owned was ruined with bleach. But the worst part? She'd left dinner on the table. My favorite meal. Sticky note attached, made with love, like always. The officer photographed everything and called it in. Violation of the protective order. More charges. My health issues aren't magically fixed either. The cardiologist found irregular rhythms consistent with beta blocker exposure. Not immediately dangerous now that I'm off them, but I need monitoring. The gastroenterologist says the laxative abuse caused IBS-like symptoms that could last months. I'm on a special diet and medication. My brother's been documenting everything for the civil suit. Medical bills are already at $18,000 and climbing. Then Jenna reached out. Said she had information I needed to know. We met at a Starbucks with my brother present. She looked terrified. This isn't the first time, she said. Madison's ex, Tyler, he had similar issues. Thought he had Crohn's disease. It stopped when they broke up. Why didn't you stop her? I thought she was joking, exaggerating, like when she said she keyed her high school boyfriend's car. I didn't know it was real until that dinner. I'm sorry. She gave me Tyler's number. I called him that night with my brother listening. Dude, run, were his first words when I explained. I lost 30 pounds when we dated, constant stomach problems. Doctors did every test, nothing. She was so sweet when I was sick though, taking care of me. Did you ever suspect? No. She was perfect, caring. I thought I had some undiagnosed condition. It cleared up within a month after we split. My brother took notes. More evidence. Madison's lawyer tried a new angle. Claimed I was controlling, that the poisoning was self-defense, that she was scared of me. Problem with that story? I travel for work half the time. Hard to control someone from 3 states away. Meanwhile, the detective found something interesting in Madison's past. Campus police reports from college. 2 different boyfriends had reported suspicious illnesses. No charges filed, but the pattern was there. The prosecutor added more charges based on the apartment destruction and protective order violation. She was looking at multiple felonies now. Her family's harassment ramped up. Her mom called my mom crying. Her dad showed up at my brother's law office. She's a good girl who loves your brother. Don't let him ruin her life over a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding, right? I started therapy. PTSD is real when someone you trusted poisons you. Can't eat anything I didn't make myself. Restaurants are out. Dating is out. Trust is out. Madison's pregnancy announcement came through her lawyer. 3 months along. Demanding I take responsibility. One problem, I had a vasectomy 2 years ago. Never told her because we'd agreed we didn't want kids. My medical records shut that down quick. Timeline matched her work conference in Vegas, the one where she was unreachable for a whole weekend. Her lawyer pivoted. Now she was a pregnant woman facing prison, manipulated by an older man. I'm literally 6 months older, who hid his sterility to trap her. The mental gymnastics were impressive. Trial date set for 6 months out. Her lawyer filed for continuances. Delay tactics, hoping I'd crack, drop charges, settle. I won't. Update 2. 8 months after the arrest, we finally went to trial. Madison's lawyer had pushed every delay possible, but we made it. Madison showed up looking like a kindergarten teacher. Floral dress, cardigan, hair in a braid, 7 months pregnant by then. Her lawyer, Brennan, was sharp, probably costing her parents their savings. The prosecution opened strong. Toxicology results showing zolpidem in my system. Photos of the hidden pills. My ER records from the past 2 years, 17 visits with unexplained symptoms. The dates lined up with texts showing our arguments. The recorded phone call where she didn't deny it, just deflected. Then Brennan crossed me. Mr. Davidson, you recorded my client without her knowledge? in my own apartment, after discovering I'd been poisoned. You claim you heard this conversation about poisoning, but didn't immediately call police. I needed proof. I'd been sick for 2 years with no explanation. So you went to the ER and asked for a toxicology screen. How did you know what to test for? I didn't. I told them what I'd heard, and they ran comprehensive tests. He tried painting me as paranoid, suggested the medicines were planted. That I was framing Madison because she was pregnant with another man's child after discovering my vasectomy. The prosecutor shut that down. Chain of custody was solid. The prescription bottles had Madison's prints and DNA. Pharmacy records showed she'd purchased empty gel capsules 6 different times over 2 years. Her credit card, her customer loyalty account. Tyler testified via video link. He'd moved to Seattle. Described his symptoms: weight loss, heart palpitations, constant nausea. How Madison always insisted on cooking, always had herbal teas to help his stomach. She was so caring when I was sick, he said. Held me when I had panic attacks. Drove me to the ER twice. I thought she was the best girlfriend ever. Madison actually smiled at that. Several jurors noticed. The campus police officer testified about the 2 reports from college. Both boys had similar symptoms. Both improved after breakups. No investigation at the time, just documented reports. Jenna testified for the prosecution. Brennan fought it hard. She repeated the conversation verbatim. Madison's lawyer tried to claim it was dark humor between friends and taken out of context. What context makes poisoning someone funny? The prosecutor asked on redirect. None, Jenna said quietly. I should have said something sooner. The toxicologist was devastating. Explained how beta blockers affect healthy hearts, how combining them with sleep medication could cause dangerous drops in blood pressure. How the pattern of substances found suggested someone with medical knowledge. This isn't someone randomly grabbing pills, he testified. This is calculated. The doses were enough to cause symptoms but not death. That takes knowledge and planning. That's when things went sideways. Madison wanted to testify. Brennan fought it. The judge had a conference with both sides. Madison insisted. Her right. She took the stand looking fragile, hand on her belly. I did give Jack medication, she said softly. But not to hurt him. He has terrible anxiety. Refuses help. I work in medical sales. I know these medications. I was trying to help. The prosecutor's cross was brutal. You gave him heart medication for anxiety? His heart would race during panic attacks. Did you tell him? He would have refused help, so you drugged him without consent? I medicated him to help him. What medical degree do you have? I work with doctors daily. I know these medications. That's not what I asked. What medical degree do you have? None. What about the laxatives? He has poor diet. I was helping his digestion. By causing chronic diarrhea, by regulating his system. She was getting agitated, the sweet facade cracking. Miss Conway, how do you explain giving sleep medication and heart medication together? He needed to rest. The toxicologist testified that combination could be fatal. I was careful with doses. So you admit you calculated doses of multiple substances to give your boyfriend without his knowledge? She stopped, looked at her lawyer. He was stone-faced. I want to clarify my previous statement. Too late. The jury heard it all. Her parents took the stand as character witnesses, sobbed about their good daughter, how she'd always wanted to help people, how she volunteered at hospitals in high school. On cross, the prosecutor asked her mother about the beta blockers. Miss Conway, are you aware your heart medication was found in Mr. Davidson's system? My daughter would never steal my medication. Your prescription was refilled monthly. Did you ever notice pills missing? Sometimes I'd run out early. How early? A week or 2. Every month? Not every month. How often? I don't recall. You don't recall regularly running out of heart medication early? The father tried damage control, talking about Madison's difficult childhood with a learning disability, how she'd always been protective of people she loved. Protective, the prosecutor repeated. Is that what you call poisoning? Objection sustained, but point made. The defense's medical expert argued the doses weren't lethal, that Madison showed misguided care, not criminal intent. The prosecution's expert destroyed him on cross, pointing out that non-lethal doesn't mean safe or legal. Closing arguments were clear. Prosecution. Madison systematically poisoned me for control, did it to others before, showed no remorse. Defense. Misguided attempt to help, not criminal intent. Think of the unborn baby. Jury deliberated for 6 hours. Update 3. Guilty. 2 counts of assault in the first degree, 1 count of tampering with consumer products, 1 count of stalking, multiple counts of violating protective order. Madison didn't collapse this time. She stared at me with pure hatred while the verdict was read. Her mother wailed. Her father had to be restrained from charging the jury box. Sentencing was last week. In this state, assault in the first degree carries 5 to 20 years. The prosecutor asked for 15 years based on the pattern of behavior and lack of remorse. The defense begged for minimum, citing the pregnancy, her mental health struggles, her intention to help. Madison spoke at sentencing. The mask was completely off. "I'm not sorry," she said, staring at me. "Jack was broken and I fixed him. Every time he felt sick, he needed me, depended on me. We were closer than ever. I knew exactly what I was doing. I made him better. I made him mine." The judge's expression was ice cold. "Ms. Conway, you've just confessed to calculated, premeditated assault. You've shown no remorse. You've indicated you believe your actions were justified. This court has grave concerns about your danger to society." He gave her 12 years, eligible for parole in 8 with good behavior. Her parents screamed threats, had to be removed. Her mother shrieked that I'd murdered her grandchild by sending Madison to prison. The bailiffs dragged them out. Madison's baby daddy finally surfaced during the civil trial, a married cardiologist from the Vegas conference. His wife was unhappy. He wants nothing to do with the situation. Signed away rights immediately. The civil suit judgment came in at $247,000 for medical bills, therapy, lost wages, and pain and suffering. Madison has $3,000 in savings and a leased BMW. Her parents' homeowner's insurance refused coverage. Intentional criminal acts aren't covered. My lawyer says we'll garnish any future wages, but realistically, I'll never see a penny. I'm in therapy twice a week. Still can't eat food I didn't prepare myself. Tried going to a restaurant last month. Made it through appetizers before the panic hit. The waiter was understanding. The date wasn't. She texted later that I had too much baggage. There. Work's been supportive. Fully remote now. My boss says my performance reviews are the best they've been. Turns out I'm really productive when I'm not randomly sick every week. Tyler and I text sometimes. He's doing well, married, 2 kids, successful career. Says it took 3 years before he could eat his wife's cooking. Still won't drink tea. "You saved future victims," he told me. I wish I'd spoken up. Found out through Facebook that Madison's having a girl. Her parents are raising her. Already posting about their miracle granddaughter and how mommy will be home soon. The kid will grow up thinking her mother is a victim. Sometimes I wonder if I should have just left that night. Packed up and disappeared. Let her find another victim. But then I think about Tyler. About those college boyfriends. About whoever would have been next. My brother says I did the right thing. My therapist says I'm processing well. My mom says I should have listened when she said Madison was too intense. They're all right, probably. Madison writes me letters from prison. I don't open them. They go straight to my lawyer. But she keeps sending them. The envelopes smell like her perfume. The guards are supposed to check for that, but somehow they get through. Jenna reached out last week, said she's in therapy too. Guilt's eating her alive. Wants to meet up, apologize properly, maybe get dinner. Yeah, I'm not eating anything anyone else prepares. Maybe ever. The paranoia is real. Every stomach cramp, every headache, every dizzy spell, I wonder. Was something in my coffee? Did I miss something? Is someone else doing it? My therapist says this is normal. That hypervigilance is expected after prolonged poisoning. That trust will come back eventually. I'm 30 now, starting over, new apartment, new routines, new locks. Madison's parents drove by my old place enough that I moved. Not hiding, just careful. To anyone reading this, trust your gut. If you're getting sick around one person, if your health improves when they're gone, if they insist on always preparing your food, if they get upset when you eat elsewhere, run. Don't wait for proof. Don't rationalize it. Just run. Love shouldn't make you sick. Care shouldn't come with conditions. Help shouldn't be forced. And maybe keep some test strips handy. They sell them online now. Test for common drugs. Just in case. I'm not saying be paranoid. I'm saying be careful. Because Madison seemed perfect. Tyler's ex seemed perfect. Those college boyfriends probably thought they'd found perfect girlfriends too. Perfect doesn't exist. But poisoners do. Edit. To everyone asking, yes, I'm getting a P.O. box. Madison's letters are evidence, but I don't need them coming to my home. Her parents still drive by sometimes, according to my old neighbors. They sit outside for hours. Waiting for what? I don't know. Edit 2. The vasectomy thing. Yes, I know I should have told her. We'd agreed on being child-free, but I should have disclosed it. That's on me. Doesn't justify poisoning, but it was wrong to hide it. Edit 3. To the person who messaged saying this is fake, because no one would admit to calculated poisoning in court. You'd be surprised what people say when they think they're justified. Madison genuinely believes she was helping me. That's the scariest part. Stay safe out there.